welcome into the Bruins fan review for Game 78 versus the Philadelphia Flyers. Coming into the game, the Bruins were 1 point behind Tampa with one game in hand. Tampa was playing Nashville today at 6 p.m. So that's big because we're either going to gain ground on the President's Trophy or we're going to have a more comfortable time getting the Atlantic Crown to secure home until I think the Stanley Cup. If we face Nashville, that would be the only time we wouldn't have home. So that's a big deal to get home because, especially in the East, not as much the whole league, because the chances of us and Nashville finding each other in the finals is rare. It's very unlikely. There's so many teams that could get there. I mean, Nashville got to the Stanley Cup Finals from this spot right here, the last spot that makes the playoffs. So really, who knows who's going to be there come June. Anyway, so as I said, Bruins big game. Every game's a big game at this point. Also for the Flyers, who are in the thick of a wild card race right now, trying to get into the division up here, but they could also fall out of the playoffs if everything doesn't go their way from here on out. Hudobin versus Mrazek. Mrazek is an inconsistent goalie, and we were hoping to get the bad Mrazek today. Sadly, we got the complete opposite of that, and we got the stonewall Mrazek, who would not let a puck by him unless it absolutely had to get in. Hudobin, some interesting stats here I'll go over. This is not factoring in today's game where he did not have a good showing. Hudobin has the 20th best save percentage in the league of all goalies as your backup. He's one of a few, if not the only backup in the top 20. I think there's another one or two in there, but I didn't check. And he's 13th in the league in goals against average. Compare that, 20th for Hudobin's save percentage, Tuukka has the 12th best. 13th goals against for Hudobin, 4th for Tuukka. So not too much of a difference between your starter and backup. Yes, Tuukka's better, but to have a good guy like Hudobin behind him to play the backup role, Hudobin's probably one of the best backups in the league. Great to have him, and you don't really fear when he starts. You feel just as confident, or at least I do, or did coming into today. Chara's back. That's the big thing. Carlo's injury forces Chara to come back a little early. They were being very patient with Chara, but Carlo's ankle isn't there anymore. I'm here. Call me at 617 for donations of ankles. He can take mine. I don't need them. I just do reviews. I can prop myself up here. Give it to Carlo. Anyway, so Chara's back. That's big. It's good to see the big man back. Had a little bit of a rusty day, but it's Chara. He's gonna get his legs back, and then he's gonna be fine. McAvoy's close to coming back, which is big. He might return Tuesday for the game against Tampa. Nash got 40 stitches for that Krug shot he took to the head. He probably won't play for another week or so, I think. I mean, you got to make sure it doesn't reopen. The cut on the side of his head and the helmet rubbing against that would probably do that. So who knows how long it will take for that cut to heal properly. Backus's cut, he was out like 2 weeks, I think, or something like that, or a week. And there's no news on how bad Carlo's injury, but I'm going to assume bad, as you can tell from what I just said a few minutes ago, or a few seconds ago. Game, first period. I was watching this with my family at Easter, so the notes aren't the most descriptive. I got them mostly from the videos on YouTube NHL posts, but you do the best you can on a holiday. Coming in 5 minutes in, good positional save by Hudobin on Scott Laughton. Be one of a few saves I mentioned on Scott Laughton. Hudobin had his number today. Like to see that. 9 minutes and 30 seconds in, Mrazek had robbery on David Pastrnak. Pastrnak got on the right side. Mrazek wasn't there. He comes over, glove hand, catches it. I was in shock. I thought we had a sure goal. Mrazek gets away with one there. Mrazek was on point today. So much open net. So it was a great pass by Marchand to Pastrnak too. Face off after this robbery, and of course, as in hockey, it goes one end to the other like that. Provorov starts the rush off the face-off win. Krejci actually slashes Couturier in the face, but Provorov starts the rush the other way. 3-on-2, I believe it was against where is it? It's against Krug and McQuaid. They don't step up well enough. Provorov passes to Voracek. My bad. Konechny on his right side. Konechny then slides it over all the way to Drew. Drew one times it. Catches Hudobin off balance and beats him low left side. Hudobin was really off balance. I think he lost the edge or something. Bad look for Hudobin. Not the best goaltending. Donato kind of got lost on the face-off in his own zone, which led to this, which I wouldn't blame it on Donato. It's just we didn't have numbers back, and it was such a quick breakout because Claude Giroux guessed that they were going to win the faceoff, and he got lucky. So I wouldn't really pin this on the wingers. Jake DeBrusk made a good back check. Krejci and Donato didn't really get back, but I wouldn't blame them because Giroux jumped the play. Provorov just used his speed, which, when you mention young, good defenders, McAvoy comes to mind. Ivan Provorov is next up on that list, or if not, like, the second next young, good defenseman. Maybe the third or fourth, but he's in the discussion is what I'm saying. Anyway, good goal by Giroux. Not the best goaltending by Hudobin. I'd like him to save that. 1-0 Philly. 1 minute left in the period. Hudobin made another good save on Lawton, which I found kind of funny. A lot of the good saves in the highlights were on Scott Lawton, but I don't know. Scott Lawton just didn't have the touch today, and Hudobin had his number. Second period, beginning of the period, Provorov takes a puck into the zone. Provorov was doing good today. Pass to Konechny coming down the left boards from above the circle. Put on your seatbelt here because Konechny takes the Bruins and their defense for a ride. Konechny has Poston and McQuaid coming at him. He's on the boards. He flips it up in the air backhand through them, and then he follows the puck, beats both of them, does a toe drag around Patrice Bergeron, and then snipes 5-hole on Hudobin. Filthy! Oh my God, this is one of the best goals you're going to see scored all year. It's nasty. It's up there with all of Tim Schaller's highlights, in my opinion. This is just filthy. I think it's the best goal I've seen against the Bruins so far. I'm biased for goals for the Bruins, but this is the best one by far I've seen against us. My God, and Travis Konechny, he deserves the praise he gets for being like Marchand. He's a pest, and he has good moves, and this guy's going to be a thorn in our sides for a while, probably. I hope we don't face Philly in the playoffs. We probably won't, but you never know. Anyway, 2-0 Flyers. 4 minutes later, Bruins on the power play. 10 seconds left in the power play. Krejci shot from the point. Krug gets rebound and slot. Passes it to Heinen, who's to his right. And Mrazek's glove hand pulls another highway robbery here. Bruins very unlucky early. 12 minutes left in the second. Another big save on Lawton. LOL. 1 minute later, big save left pad on Konechny on a breakaway after sick Giroux tip pass to Konechny, which caused him to get a one-on-no-one. Giroux had a decent day today, as you may have known if you watched the game or saw the box score stats, sheet, whatever. And Konechny also drew a slashing call on this, but we killed it and had a good penalty kill on this. Where am I now? 6 minutes left in the second. 2-0, Konechny and Giroux. Our defense was kind of porous today. Not a good look. Too patient, and McQuaid comes back, and he makes a nice diving stick check on the puck as a cross. Okay, so let me restart that. Giroux and Konechny are 2-0. No one's in the back. They go too slow, in my opinion. They need to develop that play faster. Giroux tries sliding over, but they were so patient that McQuaid had enough time to get back. Diving on ice. Stick blocks the pass, slides in the net, takes out the net, but he takes away the scoring opportunity. It was a sure goal if McQuaid didn't do that, in my opinion. Great play by McQuaid. One of the few great plays that his pair would have tonight. Would have been 3-0 and probably would have been early. I probably would have called game early there, even though you should never really do that against the Bruins, but it wasn't looking good, especially if that went in. 2 minutes later, the Bruins get into Flyers zone. Achari, Heinen, and Backus were out there together. Interesting combo. It worked. Heinen in the corner throws it to Backus, who's out in front of the net. Backus does that well. Backus sees Achari coming down from the top of the circle into the circle. He passes it to Achari, and Achari roofs it over Mrazek's shoulder. Great shot by Achari. Great pass by Backus. Great pass by Heinen. Great goal by this line. And Heinen would stay alive in the top 5 of Bruins scorers today because of that point and because the others behind him didn't score, which is sad, but, good for Heinen. Well, not good for Heinen. He lost, but you know what I mean. Great snipe by Chara, though. Great play by Heinen. 8 seconds left. A great save on Wayne Simmons. Tip off a Voracek pass. Voracek's vision, man. He's on else. Anyway, going to the third, we're down 2-1. 3 minutes in. Bruins have 4-on-3 in Flyers zone. Holden pass deflected to Chara. Chara gets it to Donato. Left in front of net by himself because of the pass being deflected and the numbers we had. It goes right through Donato's legs, and he sadly doesn't get anything on it. You'd like to see him get something on. I'm not really holding against him. It's just the second line didn't have their best night tonight, in my opinion. Hudobin made a big save on Matt Reed 5 minutes in after Chara struggles to pick up a bouncing puck, which Chara tried, but Chara failed. Matt Reed gets in, almost scores. Lucky he didn't score on that one. Chara showed a little rust, as I said, and this is an example of it. Let's see. Lindbaum receives cross ice pass from Voracek. Lindholm sees Nolan Patrick coming in full speed. Patrick gets through Krug by slashing him in the face. JK. But, joking. But he was going to get through no matter what. He had so much momentum going with him. But his stick kind of comes up and clips Krug in the face. He would score the goal nonetheless, so I wasn't too pissed. But you don't like to see this. It was a great pass by Voracek across ice to Lindholm. Lindholm saw Patrick streaking. Patrick receives it in the slot, goes backhand, forehand over Hudobin's glove side, and it's just a very nice finish by Nolan Patrick, who is alive. I haven't heard his name much this year. Second overall pick in last year's draft. Great looking player today, I guess, but haven't heard his name much this year. 3-1 Flyers, and Bruins would go to the power play a little after this for an Oscar Lindbaum hook on David Krejci. Around 1:10 into the power play, Laterra tries sloppy clear from behind his own net. Pastrnak receives it. Pastrnak backward skating kind of down the boards, the left side board, the far side on the broadcast. Backward skating, throws it on net. It hits Andrew McDonald's skate and goes 5-hole on Mrazek. It is 3-2, Philadelphia lead, but we were chopping back here, which is weird because we were having less chances, but we were converting more now. It was weird. We were having more chances. I believe around the second period, we were out-shooting them 29-15. But as the game went on, we only had, I want to say 10 more shots the rest of the game, but we were converting better, which is interesting. But I guess quality over quantity. But anyway, let's see, where am I here? I just talked about the Pasta goal. He went 5-hole. There's 13 minutes left at this point to give you an idea, so that was 7 minutes into the period. 20 seconds left in game. Flyers trying desperately to get the puck out of the zone. Krejci makes a great stick check at the blue line on Simmons to keep the puck in the zone. McDonald gets the puck. He's trying to clear. Hits Bergeron and stays in. Backus gets the puck, takes it toward the net, tries backhand pass and tries forcing it to Marchand, who's in the slot. Brandon Manning with a good poke check, but it wasn't a good poke check because it falls to Bergeron right in the slot, and shooter's going to shoot. Bergeron goes top right glove side. This is in the as far in the corner as you can get. This is a filthy snipe. Bergeron, who's clutch. We all know it. If you've been watching the Bruins for a number of years, Bergeron's a clutch player. 3 seconds left. It's in the back of the net. And my family's living room on Easter Sunday erupted. High fives all around. We were excited. We thought we were going to win this. Momentum was in our favor. We had 3 goals in 13 minutes, something like that. We thought we had it in the bag. That would not be the case, though. 3.5 minutes, 3.5 minutes into OT, Bergeron's pass from the boards, the Lord giveth and the Lord taketh away on this Sunday, and the Lord Bergeron giveth away here. Good stick check by Shane Gostisbehere. Voracek picks it up. Drew jumped the play again. Drew was very good at predicting the play. He's a very smart player. He gets one on no one, goes one-on-one with Hudobin, fakes the through the legs deke and takes it back in front of him. Backhands it basically 90 degrees straight up into the top corner. Game. Flyers come out of it with 2 points. The Bruins come out of it with 1. Post-game notes. 1 point is fine in this game. Back-to-back, you're against Philadelphia. There's no shame in that. No shame in that at all. Philadelphia's a good team. They got a good young defensive core. They're only going to get better. Wouldn't shock me to see them up here next year, especially if Nolan Patrick develops, Konechny develops, Gostisbehere, Provorov. Just listen to the names I'm listing off. They're good players already, and they're only going to get better. So I'm not too sad at this loss. I would have liked to win because we outshot them 39-24, but you're not going to win all the games you outshoot because, as I said, quantity over quality, and I thought Philadelphia definitely had better quality chances today. My opinion. I know some people are going to disagree. My opinion. Chara had a little rust in return. I think we all noticed that a little, but Chara is more he gets into a groove, and I think over the next 2-3 games you'll see that. You can win even if Chara is having an off game because an off game for Chara is better than a lot of people's average games. Let's see, what else is there to know? Provorov looked good, and he helped my fantasy team. I'm in the championship game. Really need a Matt Murray win right now, but, that's other hockey teams, so who really cares? Drew had 2 big goals. Drew is filthy. We already know this. Some of the best mitts in the league. Voracek's vision's insane. Not telling you anything you don't know here. Konechny, like I said, I think he's living up to the billing of being like Marchand, that they will tell you on NBCSN if you watch them enough. If you watch Pierre Maguire compared to Marchand, I think it's a good comparison at this point after watching a few Flyers games. Nolan Patrick's alive, as I said. Kid looks pretty good, in my opinion. I think they picked the right player at 2nd overall behind Nico Hischier, who's also having a decent year. But time will tell how that pick goes, and I thought he looked okay today. Mrazek looked great today, but as I said, he's inconsistent. He doesn't have that great of numbers. I think he has a sub 900 save percentage and over 3 goals against. It's not the best look for him. Bad day to face him, though. He's inconsistent. He shows flashes of brilliance, but he has no consistency. Maybe as he goes further into his career, he'll get more consistent, but for now, he's not that great. Backus looked good. Vision was on point. I thought the third line played very good tonight, like Tynan and Backus's game. Second line was awful. They only had 3 shots on goal combined. I think 2 were Donato, 1 were Krejci, and 0 was DeBrus. Very different than what was the case yesterday, where every line looked good. Third and fourth lines looked good in my opinion. Not a single goal against while they were out, which is what you want from third and fourth line. They gave a goal, so both lines as units were +1. David Backus was out there for the last goal in the third period too, so he was out there for that too. So all those players had decent games. Probably should have given them a little more ice time, but when you're down in the crunch time and you're down, you put out your stars. And it worked, but early on in the game, not the best showing from our top 2 lines. Krug and McQuaid were a -2 as a pair. I really want the Krug and Kevin Miller pair. I feel like that's a better pair. Put McQuaid and Grzelcyk on the third pair and play them less once everyone's healthy. Just play them like 10 minutes a game and give the load to those top 2 pairs, and I think you'll be looking at a much better success rate come playoffs. But I could be wrong and maybe you just run all 6. But either way, I really think the Kevin Miller and Torrey Krug pair is the one we should be going with right now, in my opinion. I'm chalking this loss up to fatigue, as I said, against the Flyers, who are a young, fast team. Traveling yesterday. We were lucky to get a point because we were losing, and it wasn't looking good at one point. Lucky to get that point. The point is huge, and I will go over that now, because the Bruins on Tuesday, huge game. They can clinch the Atlantic Division with a win because they face Tampa Bay. If they won, they would go to 112 points, and they have to win in regulation. Let me mark that. They'd be at 112. I'm pointing at the wrong teams. They'd be at 112. Tampa would be at 108. Tampa would only have 2 games, so they could only get to 112, which would tie us if we had won that game on Tuesday. If we do win that game on Tuesday, and since we won the season series already, we would have clinched the Atlantic. As for there's nothing left on my notes, but I can go over the board. As for the rest of it, Nashville has 3 games left. They're 3 points ahead of us. We have 1 game in hand on Nashville for the President's Trophy. I don't like our odds of catching them, but for a while I didn't like our odds of catching Tampa, so I mean, who knows there? I'm not really going to speculate or predict that, but who knows. Toronto, I'm going to move over here actually because I'm only talking about the East. Toronto's locked into the 3rd seed. Tampa or Boston will play them. I think it's Tampa. I think we got this, guys. I think we got this. The Flyers move 3 points above the wild card 2 spot. It looks like the Flyers are probably going to be 3rd in their division or 2nd wild card. They could squeak up to the 2nd spot in their division if Pittsburgh doesn't play good, which I look to my screen now. Pittsburgh's down 2-0 to the Capitals right now. So it looks like the Capitals may clinch that division tonight. Would they clinch it? They would clinch their division with a win tonight. So Philly can be anywhere from out of the playoffs if everything goes right for Florida and nothing goes right to Philly to 2nd in their division. Sorry about the noise. I just kicked the vent down here. My bad. So that's a wide range for Philly. Philly has 3 games left. I think they're clear. They need a win, I believe, and the Capitals just scored again to make it 4-0 Capitals. Or 3-0? I don't know. Whatever I just said, add 1 to it. But it's interesting. Big game on Tuesday. Be here after the game. Right after the game, I'm going to review it. I have nothing to do Tuesday night. I don't have much to do Wednesday morning. So Tuesday night, midnight, expect the video. Be ready. I've been your boy, PatTar98. If you like the video, hit the thumbs up button. If you really like the video, hit subscribe. You should. I do great Bruins content. And I'll see you Tuesday night, Wednesday, early morning Wednesday, for the Tampa Bay Lightning review. I'll see you next time. Peace.